Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome once again to another Quick Shot review. I am your host Luke and you are the Cheap Shot Nation. Today we're going to be looking at Scream 4, the 2011 release that was set 25 years after the original, directed by the original director Wes Craven and of course written by Kevin Williamson. So join me for my thoughts on Scream 4. So 25 years later from the original Woodsboro murders, we are 10 years removed from Scream 3, and Sidney Prescott, who has put herself back together thanks in part to her writing. Okay, so she's written a book, it's Out of the Darkness, is visited by the Ghostface killer. Now that's not the rapper, that is actually Mr. Ghostface. Yeah, and that's the official description. Blinking heck, right, okay. So anyway, it takes place in Woodsboro 25 years after the original murders took place, obviously instigated by Billy and Stu, and a lot of copycats in between thinking that they could do better and make the sequel better. Now, in the true Scream fashion, something changes every single time in these things, and the opening is, well, it's very Wes Craven. You get one opening and then you get two openings and then you get the actual opening. Just to spoil the opening, I'm not going to spoil the finish because it's important that you don't know who the killer actually is. But I would go as far as to say that this is my second favourite Scream movie after the original Scream. And I'm a massive fan of the Scream franchise. I love Scream 2 and Scream 3. They have their moments, but obviously nothing compares to the original. So, stars: Neve Campbell, of course, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, all reprising their roles as Sydney Gale Weathers, Gale Hailstorm, or whatever, now married to Deputy Dewey Riley. And it also stars Lucy Hale as Sherry, who is Sydney's younger cousin, of course. So you've got Roger Jackson as The Voice, reprising his role as well. Shani Grimes as Trudy. We've also got in there Kristen Bell, and of course Hayden Panettiere plays Kirby, massive role in this one, as well as Emma Roberts playing Jill Roberts, who is the main protagonist here, or maybe. So you know, it's set in 2011. We're in the age of, fully in the age of the internet and using things to record our lives, and yeah, it definitely takes that role. So basic premise is that Ghostface, the Scream killer, whatever you want to call them, they need something new. How are you going to progress from actually murdering the cast that is playing the original characters from the original murders in a Stab movie? And Stab 3 takes place in Scream 3, which is very, dare I say, meta. But this just takes that and just throws it out the window. And if you want a film that likes to take the mickey out of itself and other movies, and it does mention these other movies by name, and Also, a homage to Shaun of the Dead, because they're always watching some kind of horror movie or something like that. This one, it takes Shaun of the Dead and puts it on the TV, and they're watching it, and it's really cool. Plus, Hayden Panettiere is smoking hot. And in this one, she plays a horror movie fan. Yes. Yeah, shut up and take my money. Anyway, yeah, it's really well put together. It's got moments of genuine sort of terror and fear. You know, you don't know where things are coming from. And obviously, the new Scream movie is coming out, just entitled Scream. So I don't know what the timeline's going to be like with that, whether they're going to just get rid of all the other Scream movies like they did with Halloween. Or whether it's just the fact that they didn't want to call it Scream 5. It's widely being known as Scream 5 because it's the 5th one in the franchise. But we're going to see that this weekend, so I thought I'd do the review of Scream 4. It's the only one that I haven't done a review of for the channel, and yeah, I would put this one ranking wise as number 2, followed by Scream 2 and then Scream 3, with the original being the best of the quadrilogy. So we get Scream 5. It's going to be a quintology. I'd suggest if you're a Scream fan and you haven't seen this, then why not? Because she's supposed to be a Scream fan. Then go and watch it. If you haven't seen it and you're not a Scream fan, there's no harm in just giving this a go. It's a fun movie. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's good, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. I had watched it a long time ago. I think I enjoyed it more this time, just because I don't know, I was going in, because it was a long time since I'd seen it. I was going in blind with this one, but having watched the other 3 films very recently, yeah, I'd say this one was my second favourite. So there you go. That is my review of Scream 4. It's a good movie. Like I say, it's well put together. It's Wes Craven. You can't really go wrong with Wes, and it is technically only his second directed film. Kevin Williamson directed Scream 2 and 3, I believe, and then Wes Craven's come back to direct this. So yeah, it's good. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, press the subscribe button, like the video, join us on all social media channels. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and don't forget the other channels as well, Cheap Shot Entertainment and Cheap Shot Entertainment System, the dedicated video games channel. You are the Cheap Shot Nation, and if you want to listen to other things and get your teeth into other things, go and check out the Squared Circle Jobbers on YouTube, and also the Big Boss Book Club, which is a podcast talking about anything and everything that he feels like he wants to talk about, which is really cool. So yeah, you are the Cheap Shot Nation. I have been your host Luke, and this has been the quick shot review of Scream 4. Expect the review of Scream 5, or just Scream, we'll call it Scream 2022, very, very soon. And I will see you again very, very soon. Take care. Enjoy your 2020. Happy New Year. 2020, 2022. Happy New Year. And see you next time.
Hiya.